This just in. It's time, once again, for the wrestling show to take a look back at Monday Night Raw. So, let's go.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling. He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us on the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. On the wrestling show.
Well, welcome to the wrestling show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Representing the WWE and live from the SAP Center in San Jose, California. It's Monday Night Raw. Air date, October the 2nd, 2023. This episode is, of course, the road to Fastlane coming up this weekend. The day the podcast drops, but not the, regardless. Anyways, before we dive into the show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right, they are the foundation in which the building is built upon. First and foremost, representing the authority figure, it's Adam Pearce. Next, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, they are the team of Jackie Redmond and Byron Saxton. And then, of course, heading into the ring, we've got the announcer letting everybody know who is about to fight and the results of such matches. It's Samantha Irving. And last, but certainly not least, it's the commentary crew. The play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I even call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of my personal favorite. I think he's the best out there. Period. He's best at whatever he does. He's just the best at whatever he does. He's the man with the raspy yet soothing voice. My personal man crush. It's Wade Barrett. And backing up Wade as usual, it's a longtime host of well over 25 years. It's Michael Cole. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with the show. So here we go. We start with our first match. It starts big. It's supposed to be a match, really. But is it a match? It is. Well, it was supposed to be Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler. Former besties, tag team partners, and they were, and they attacked each other too. Shayna Baszler broke the arm, quote unquote, broke the arm of Nia Jax in the past. So they have a history. And Nia Jax put her out just recently because Nia Jax just returned to WWE. The WWE. So this match is supposed to be it was supposed to be a match, but they start fighting. They start fighting towards the ring, into the ring area. It's a big start. Oh, the scrap! Ha, 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 ha. Everybody's like, "Yay! This is exciting!" So they get into the ring there, and just when you think the match is about to start, Shayna Baszler starts to do some wrestling, gets it back at Nia Jax, and Nia Jax shrugs her off, bashing her into the ring post. You're like, wow, this is about to start legitimately, until of course it officially goes off the rails, where we got Raquel Rodriguez running into the ring there, attacking Nia Jax because Nia Jax attacked her too, because Nia Jax was trying to take out the entire women's division. So yeah, Raquel attacks her, but here's the thing. Raquel, I'm not sure what she's thinking, because she just starts attacking everybody too. I'm mad at everything and everybody. It's come on, you got to focus your anger. You all got one thing in common. You got to anger towards, Nia Jax. So it is what it is. So anyways, Raquel starts attacking everybody, Shayna Baszler gets the old kick. And then we got ourselves a little bit of, Rhea Ripley's role. She gets into the ring there too, because she's back after 3 weeks off. She's back. She's wants some revenge on Nia Jax, like everybody. So she starts attacking Nia Jax. But here's the thing. Raquel Rodriguez starts attacking Rhea Ripley, she pulls her off of Nia Jax, like saving Nia Jax. Really? Really? You know what? Come on now, get real here, Raquel. So they start fighting. This whole big brawl in the ring there. And then the officials come down there and they separate everybody. You take everybody to the back except for your women's champion, Rhea Ripley. She's in the ring there and she calls out her brethren. That's right. Rhea Ripley's gone for a little while and things have changed. So she calls out the Judgment Day. That's right.
Well, your mom told me the other day that you're never home for pie. So I promised her in early May I'll make a pie. I'll make an apple pie. I'll make an apple pie. You set your oven to 350. Then you put your pie straight in. And when that good pie is not baking, your oven's probably not on.
That's right. I just love that song so much, so I had to play a little bit extra than I needed to. But anyways, coming down to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, it's Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Now, Dominic Mysterio just lost his North American Championship title to the man himself, Trick Williams. Mm-hmm. So right now, I guess Rhea Ripley's got some talking. She's got some things she's got to talk about, She says she's gone for a couple of weeks and the Judgment Day falls apart, We find that while, of course, Dominic Mysterio, he lost his title, it is both Finn Balor, he got injured, and Damian Priest, he's not medically cleared to fight tonight. It's hilarious. So a lot of things are happening in a lot of things in people getting injured, But anyways, it comes down to this. Mommy's upset because Mommy says, listen, Damian Priest, it's your fault. When I left, I put you in charge. Even though there's nobody really in charge, I put you in charge because I'm really in charge. I put you in charge and you failed. But it's like, hey, what about Dominic? He's no longer champion here, He failed. It's like, yeah, sure. Dominic's no longer champion. And Rhea Ripley's like, that's right. Let me work on Dominic here for a second. It's like, oh, I'm your mommy. That means you're my daddy. In that exact same accent, I promise you that. So she's upset with Dominic, and she says something real interesting. She says this. She got a rematch with Dominic Mysterio against Trick Williams. He says, you don't win the championship at tomorrow. You just don't bother coming home at all. It's going to be big. What's going to happen? Is this the end of Dominica and Rhea Ripley? But I don't know. For now, we'll find out soon enough. After this, we got ourselves Mr. Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso. He comes back there and he missed Mommy a lot. He welcomed back Mommy. He's like, we all miss Mommy. Anyways, he starts talking about, it's like, we all like to welcome also the new tribal chief of the Judgment Day. That's right, even with bigger balls than Roman Reigns. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! That could be true, because Roman Reigns is never around. He's never around, baby. Although I hear he's going to be at Fastlane. I understand that might be happening. But anyways, so he talks about that, and, what's that? Before anything can happen, we got ourselves Damian Priest. He steps up to Jey Uso because that was supposed to be a match. Jey Uso versus Damian Priest, but Dominic Mysterio steps in for Damian Priest. And every time, oh my goodness, such heat. Dominic Mysterio, either they pump him the booze, but man, oh man, he just can't get it word in edgewise. But he basically says, you're not medically cleared to fight I will fight for your place. I will fight for your place. So yeah. So it's going to be quite interesting because Jey Uso starts off everything with a big old super kick. Right in the face. You know, they all look like they're wearing their street clothes, but you know what? Jey Uso, that's what he wears in the ring all the time, is street clothes. There's no difference. You know, Jey Uso, ring attire, street clothes, same thing. Been doing that for years. That shows a lot of respect he has for the wrestling ring, you know. Anyways, we move on. And that's when, the match sort of begins, you know. Jey Uso attacks Dominic Mysterio, and that's when JD McDonough comes in there and attacks, you know, Jey Uso. So it's now 2-on-1. They fight for a bit until, of course, you know, we got ourselves a little bit of, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe it. That's right.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Jey Uso has help, as usual. It's the man, you know, the myth, the legend, runs down the ring. I'm the hero. I'm the hero.
I got a rumbling in my bowels, and I think I'm gonna blow. There's a bathroom stall, I'm finally here. The toilet's there, I'm about to blow. I ate 5 tacos before the show. Shut the door and I sit down on the throne.
That's right.
Oh, what?
It is our very own Cody Rhodes. Comes down there and helps out old Jey Uso in that ring. Now, I'm not sure what everybody else thinks, but that Jey Uso, his new thing, up hands, down, up and down, up and down. That is so ridiculous. I'm already tired of it. And looks like, you know, 3/4 of the crowd are tired of doing that too. Anyways, enough. We got ourselves Cody Rhodes and helps Jey Uso kick some ass inside that ring. And then, I guess, Adam Pearce makes it official. He comes down there and announces, over in Fastlane, it will be a tag team match for your tag team championship gold. It's going to be Jey Uso and Finn Balor challenging, you know, your champions right now, you know, of Damien Priest and Finn Balor. So that's going to be interesting. And I got to say this. If Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso win this match, I would say for sure that puts a nail in the old WWE tag team division. It is officially garbage. Terrible. It's already in horrible shape right now. The WWE in general is going through some serious changes. They're going through changes, whether they like it or not. They're going to have to. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough road for the WWE. I think so. Anyways, now moving on, we got ourselves our first match. It is the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis, with Maxine at their side, versus Imperium, the team of Imperium. Now it's Giovanni Vinci and Ludovic Kaiser. That's right. You got to put some stank on Ludwig's name. So yeah. So, how about this match? This match was about 10.5 minutes. 10.5 minutes. Now, we got this huge thing where Giovanni Vinci, he can't be trusted, really, because he's the, I guess, the weak link of Imperium. So, Gunther put Ludovic Kaiser in charge of Giovanni Vinci. So, yeah. So, Giovanni's accountability buddy would be Ludwig. So how about this match? This match was basically the first part of the match. First, I guess 2/3 of the match was Chad Gable versus Ludwig and Giovanni. It's very good. Now we got a point here. It was terrible. It was tough. It would seem like by seeing this move, you would assume that Otis and Chad Gable had just started tagging with each other just last week, because they have this tandem move. It was tough to watch. It's Chad Gable going for a tope move, a tope dive outside the ring there, with the help of Otis, of course. Otis, the big guy. Otis supposed to back body drop him outside the ring, but you know what they say? Doing these tope suicidas, it is scary shit. It is scary. You know, you go on the top rope, you know, it may not seem that high, but when you're up there, it is scary shit. Now you think, oh, what the hell do you know? I've been there. I've been there. Shortly, briefly, but I've been. Anyways, regardless, it is some scary stuff. And this is what I think happened. The intention was to go, you'd be back body drop over top of the rope and squash from the heavens above, squash down on the Imperium. But whew, Chad Gable didn't get any push off on Otis, and he barely made it over the ropes. You know, it's Giovanni. He had to go and catch Chad Gable. Sad to see. But however, no one got injured. It was good. And we go on to the storyline with the Imperium, where Ludovic Kaiser tries to take control of the match. He commands that Giovanni tag himself out. So he slap tags himself in. So yeah, it was pretty violent stuff there. So now, near the end here, Chad Gable finally breaks free with a nice German suplex onto Ludovic Kaiser. Then gets the hot tag out. Then as Otis does his magic, he starts doing what Otis does. He starts running over the Imperium with the greatest of ease. You know, Giovanni tries to do a cheeky little springboard high cross. He gets caught in the world's most powerful slam. The most powerful slam, of course, is one. And then, oh my goodness, like Otis, you know, he does this caterpillar, finishes off with a elbow drop. Now, of course, Otis can do a caterpillar, the worm. It looks pretty. He can do it. A big guy doing the worm. It's fun looking. But you know what? He's got to, if he wants to do that and finish off the elbow, he's got to separate the two moves. Do the worm, stand up, correct yourself, elbow. Don't just go to the worm elbow, right there. Because when he does that, the elbow, I mean, he's a big man. So any elbow from any height would be pretty painful. But he has no height on this. He's falling down. Up. I mean, this could be like a Bronson Reed. Bah! But you know, Otis, I guess he's just the new Doink. He's just a clown in there. He's the clown. And it's sad to see, because Otis is a big man. He can do some destruction in that ring, inside that very ring. Now here's where the clown part takes 2.0. Otis gets Giovanni Vinci, or I should say Ludovic Kaiser, into the ring there. And he goes to the second rope for a fall-away slam. Now this is where it gets ridiculous. He's going for some sort of fall-away slam. Giovanni grabs the leg of Otis. Now, Otis is falling backwards. Otis could easily throw his arms up and clear Ludovic Kaiser from him and do a fall-away slam anyways. But, of course, it's Otis the clown. You know, 4-point Otis the clown. He just lets Ludovic Kaiser drop on him. Ludovic Kaiser gets up and finishes off Otis. Well, pretty soon, but outside the ring there, we got Chad Gable. He thinks he can stop everything outside there by giving Giovanni Vinci a nice swanton outside the ring, squashing him. But inside the ring, it is, of course, Ludovic Kaiser with a enziguri to the head. Otis down, 1, 2, 3, down for the count. Okay, then we move on backstage. This is pretty funny. This was great. This was a great segment. Not because of Adam Pearce, who was there. Not because of Tegan Knox, who Adam Pearce was talking to about the bad news with Becky Lynch. Now, apparently, according to what they're saying, over at their last pay-per-view, the NXT pay-per-view, NXT Bex got a tear in her arm. But I don't think it happened against Tiffany Stratton. I don't think she got injured with Tiffany Stratton. I think she got injured before that. And then now they're saying, well, it's pretty bad looking. It looked like someone stuck some orange segments, and they look pretty gross. But it looked pretty dry. But I think that was done previous, it's another day. But regardless, Becky Lynch is not cleared to fight. Therefore, the match today with Becky Lynch supposed to be fighting Tegan Knox will not happen. And then that's when the segment picks up, because it's the Queen. I call her the Queen. No one else apparently does. It's the current tag team champion of the the women's division on the SmackDown, Raw, both of them. She's the tag team champion. Yeah, Chelsea Green, the tag team champion there, and she wants a word with Adam Pearce, and it gets hilarious. She's talked to who are you talking to? Oh, you? Oh, geez, she's pretty submissive. Her comedic timing is great. Chelsea Green, great talker, great comedic timing. This segment was A+ because of her. And she's saying that, you should be lucky that Becky Lynch canceled. As a matter of fact, maybe it should have happened because you don't want to lose to her. Because you're going to lose anyways. It was hilarious. Anyways, she starts saying that, you're good. Well, anyways, so it was all good. This whole thing with Chelsea, it comes down to this, what's that, Adam Pearce? He is getting complaints by Tegan Knox saying, "Well, you think you're better than me?" She compared it. What a championship be? Well, some people just aren't meant to be champions. You're good, but some people are just meant to be championship, and some people just aren't championship material. Okay, I just blurted that out, and I think I feel good about it. I'm not going to take it out. And Tegan Knox then challenges. Well, you think I'm not championship material? Well, I challenge you. And Adam Pearce said, "Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll make that official." And Chelsea Green said, oh, that can't be. I'm going to talk to the manager. She flips off. She flips her hair. She gets Tegan Knox in the eyes. It was hilarious. Big fan of Chelsea, but I have a feeling Chelsea might just be the next Santino. Even though I know Chelsea can bring it in the ring. But when she doesn't, when she becomes Santino, not good. But what happens today, we'll find out soon enough. But as for now, our next match in the ring there, it's Cedric Alexander versus Bronson Reed. Big bad Bronson Reed. Now, here's the thing. What's going on with Cedric Alexander? Shelton Benjamin, he's been released, his tag team partner. And I'm thinking it's just a matter of time before Shelton is released too. Even though I think Shelton Benjamin is a fantastic talent. And one thing also, Shelton with his ring gear today, it is next level. It is gorgeous ring gear. Probably 11 out of 10, I'd say. His ring gear just brings it. And that's that in Shelton. I should say Cedric Alexander. He's got some insane moves. Now, he did go off the second rope for a drop kick, but he got some insane height in that drop kick, getting some height for you get from a top rope drop kick. So insane high-flying moves from Cedric Alexander. With some crazy tope suicidas, crushing Bronson Reed through the first and second rope, and then over the top rope. 2 tope suicidas, from a very difficult one to the most difficult one. Cedric Alexander brings it, but however, Cedric, he does lose it. Now here's the part. Cedric, he does the move. Now, it's been a while since Cedric's been in the ring, and Michael Cole called this he called it a insecurity, he called it an insecurity. A Cedric Alexander move, but it's actually the neuralizer. He hit him with the neuralizer. Oh, insecurity, really? Don't you even know Cedric's one of his finishing moves? The neuralizer didn't work though. Bronson Reed knocks him down, just crushes him with a standing senton, drags him to the corner, and they say, Michael Cole. Now, this is one of the most devastating splashes in all of wrestling. I'd say second most powerful in all of wrestling. Second most devastating. Second to Ivar. It's true. That's what I think. So with that splash, it was over for Cedric Alexander, and this match was under 3 minutes. Sayonara, Cedric Alexander. Now, it's a shame. But I do truly believe Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin will be tag team again in another company. Probably TNA. Or not TNA, but All Elite. Just like Mr. Edge. Oh, God, that's so tough to hear. So tough to hear Edge going to All Elite, going to Elite. But it is what it is. When you got your creative team is dropping the ball, people's going to leave. People's going to leave or get fired. Okay, next up we got Adam Pearce with Drew McIntyre. And, and Drew, he's got some things to say. He actually he wants to tell Adam Pearce that, I'm not going to be doing the Miz's show, Miz TV. We'll do it today. I'm just going to go out there and speak my mind. I don't owe anybody anything except for the crowd. Didn't really say that, but that's coming. And of course, if Miz decides to poke his head in there, why, let me just say, Miz shouldn't be poking his head in there, because it'll be over. No, Miz best not be showing up, so they say. Okay, so next up, we got ourselves a big contract signing for the Intercontinental Championship gold, baby, with Adam Pearce presiding, and we got ourselves the contract signing. Tomasso Ciampa thinking he's going to bring his family to Fastlane, stuff like that. He just really wants to win this whole thing. And it's funny. Tomasso Ciampa says stuff about Gunther, saying that, people like you were handed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, while people like me are given roadkill, and then to make roadkill look like filet mignon. Now, one thing's true. It's true that Tomasso Ciampa has been giving a lot of roadkill. He had to make lemonade out of lemons, a filet mignon out of roadkill. It's true. I mean, it doesn't help that Tomasso Ciampa is a cruiserweight, and cruiserweights do have to work harder to get their respect. But however, Gunther, he worked up from the same grounds he went through. He went through the bottom. Now, I believe Gunther is one of the greatest wrestlers out there, and I think because of Gunther's work ethics in the ring there, he wasn't handed anything to him. I think he truly earned every opportunity he's gotten through hard work. And straight up, he is a ring general. The ring general! For a reason. He's not the one who just says it. I think a lot of people would say Gunther is truly a ring general. And of course, he is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And that's for a reason. And Tomasso Ciampa is trying to brush that off like it means nothing. Anyways, it comes down to this. Not only does... Gunther signed the thing, but not only does the match gonna happen, but it happens much sooner because they pushed the date up to now. Because what is Fastlane? Let's just get this over with, I suppose. Something's going on with this thing here, and I guess they're running short on matches. You might as well push this match here, and then we can have Gunther be a great person over at, because we got, so things are happening, so they push this forward, this match. It's going to be the main event, though. Not just yet. You gotta wait. Next up. Yep. So, yeah, before it all starts, they start brawling, and then they clear the ring out and stuff like that. Yeah. They're getting ready for the big main event tonight. So after that, we go backstage, and it's with, the Judgment Day. Damian Priest getting all in JD McDonough's business. What are you doing making matches and stuff like that? What are you doing like there? And JD's like, hey, listen, this is great. Because Kevin Owens, we want Kevin Owens and, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes. We don't want them teaming up. We don't want them as a cohesive unit. We want to put some wrench in the thing there. And when the Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes gets their opportunity with us, I'm pretty sure there's going to be jealousy and resentment with Kevin Owens, thinking he deserves it again. Anyways, but Kevin Owens is, I suppose he's still injured. One with injury thing. Anyway, so yeah, and then we got ourselves a little face-to-face. It's some little, some sexual tension. Will JD McDonough replacing the love interest of Rhea Ripley, replacing Dominic Mysterio? Because I'm 99% sure Dominic will not recapture the North American title in NXT tomorrow. Okay, so after that, we go into the ring there with a one-on-one match. Now, apparently, from the Viking Raiders, it's Eric, injured. He's on injury. And I always say this, Ivar, I think there's a lot of potential in Ivar. Give him the opportunity, I think he will show up and show off and become the man that he should be, which is, a great wrestler. And this one here, it's usually when you're in a tag team, if your partner goes down, you go down. But right now, they're giving Ivar the chance, fighting Kofi Kingston, and now fighting Xavier Woods. Now, joining the match, ringside, it's Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston he's quite hilarious. Doing some wrist running calls, just some good calls. But yeah, he's got a lot of personality, Kofi Kingston. I think he's a natural commentator. I think if Kofi Kingston ever decides to retire from in-ring action, I think he will always have a place as a commentator. No diggity dog, I truly believe that. But in the ring there, this was a pretty good match. A lot of back and forth. This was really, really good. Now, of course, Ivar is a much larger opponent. But, of course, Xavier Woods, he's a very intelligent fighter. Very intelligent. They fight outside for a bit. Ivar tries to squash Xavier Woods. He gets out of the way. And Ivar squashes nothing. Almost pulling the perfect 4-point Otis. Xavier Woods then with a massive missile dropkick from the, barricade, hitting Ivar straight in the sitting down position in his face. So yeah, they go in the ring there. And Xavier Woods showing a test of strength. Now, Ivar is a good at least 100 pounds, 120 pounds heavier than Xavier Woods. He's a big man, is Ivar. So, Xavier Woods picks him up on the shoulders for a fireman's carry. Death Valley Driver, baby. I was impressed. Wow. Wowsy. The match goes on. Now, early on, Ivar hit Xavier Woods with the Santon. Sit-down Santon. Now, this time here, it's a variation because Ivar was going to the ropes there. Xavier Woods goes up and picks him up he was going for a powerbomb off the second rope. But, however, he gave out. He just did not have the strength any longer. And then it's the sit-down Santon. Unfortunately for Xavier Woods, he gets sat on. But here's where, I guess, things somewhat turn around again. Ivar goes to his top rope for his patented splash. Top rope, splash off the top. Now, this is the thing. Ivar, he's got the most devastating splash of all time. Him. Because he gets the most height. He gets the biggest height. Biggest air off the top. But unfortunately, this big splash misses. Nothing but air. Nothing but mat. Xavier Woods then tries to finish it. First, with a schoolboy. Ivar kicks out. And then Ivar picks up Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods gets the inside cradle. The backwoods, of course. And I always say this. Usually, I would say 99% of the times, Xavier Woods has a match in solos. In his solos, he goes with the backwoods, the old roll-up. The cheap win. Sucks. But when Xavier Woods is tagging up with somebody else, that's when he pulls out the spectacular elbows and these huge moves. But when he's on his own, he goes... He just coasts. It's like, really? Really gonna use that backwoods? So, Ivar, he takes it in the rear. Because that's what happens when you lose a match. The most humiliating way is in the rear. Is taking it is the deep, backwoods. Anyways, backwoods achieved. Ivar taking it in the rear. But after the match, though, that's where I guess the moral victory comes in. Ivar attacks Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston comes in to help. Jumps off top rope, tries to knock down Ivar, but it does nothing. It does nothing! Ivar, then with the spinning heel kicks, knocks Kofi Kingston for a loop. And then spin kicks the hell out of Xavier Woods. And then this is where it gets embarrassing for the New Day, even though Xavier got to win, but at what cost? Ivar then stacks the two on top of each other. Kofi on top of Xavier Woods, goes to the ropes, and then with one more spectacular move. It is a moonsault off the top rope, absolutely squashing the holy hell out of Kofi and Xavier Woods. Bruised ribs, probably. Broken ribs, maybe. But a lot of damage done. A lot of damage. Speaking of damage, after that we go to a little thing inside the ring. We got ourselves Michael Cole with Seth Rollins. Seth friggin' Rollins. With a little interview here, and now Michael Cole, he's saying, I've been calling your matches for most of your career. I've been doing this thing for 26 years and counting. And he says, you've been known as everything, including the puppeteer. Now you are from the puppeteer to the puppet. Shinsuke's playing you like a fool. Now it's, you have this match at what's that? Fastlane. It's the last man standing match against Shinsuke Nakamura. I think this is where Shinsuke will be the new champion. And he says, you've done everything. You've done everything in the WWE. Why are you doing this? Why are you going to put yourself through this? He says, why? And he says, why are you a commentator? How many days have you gotten off? And he says, well, I get off every day. Well, he only had a couple of days up, but he has a good track record, So yeah. So he's good track record here, and why not? And anyways, he says he does it because he loves it. He does it because he's it's a compulsion. He's in love with the business, and that's what he got to do. If he's gonna do things, he's gonna go. He's not gonna do half-ass. He's gonna go all out. And when he wants to go, he's gonna fight that to his fullest, and that's what the big last man standing is all about, because it feels right. And then Shinsuke Nakamura, she pops up on the screen there, and he starts talking. It's like English, nope, Japanese. Read it. Like, I don't want to read this. Oh my gosh. Basically, this guy says it's pretty much over for Seth Rollins. And before you even know it, Michael Cole leaves the ring. Oh, it's like the rats leaving the ship, sinking ship, Something's going to happen, and of course something does happen. It's Shinsuke Nakamura attacking Seth Rollins from behind, and then start beating the holy hell out of Seth Rollins and doing this whole bit where they do the 10 count. And eventually, Seth Rollins does not get up from the 10 count. This is something going to be coming up. Is this a prediction? Is this not a prediction, but is this a future? What the future holds for Seth Rollins? A losing. I say the Seth Rollins losing at Fastlane is pretty damn good. I mean, it's about time that the WWE has a Japanese world champion. Finally someone has to break the glass ceiling, the Japanese glass ceiling. And hopefully it's Shinsuke. Probably it's Shinsuke. But then again, he may not. Like all the Japanese wrestlers in the WWE, they get only so far. Only so far. Okay, so after that, Shinsuke just knocks him down, just with chair shots, just crushing him. And then at the end, he just gives him the old the Kinshasa, knocking the holy hell out of Seth Rollins. That's right, your new champion. Could it be Shinsuke? Maybe. Now with that, we go backstage with a little bit of the, Becky Lynch and Tegan Knox saying, yeah, you've been great. If we could have fought here, I couldn't do that, but maybe another time we can. It doesn't matter. Becky Lynch and her arm, whether, I say, she that arm injury happened before the match with Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany Stratton completely outclassed Becky Lynch in that match. Tiffany Stratton, truly a great competitor, completely fearless, 100% a great athlete, and championship material all the way. Anyways, Tegan Knox like, yeah, it is what it is. And then it's Natalya. She walks right by. She walks around. It's hilarious. Of course, Natalya has to walk around Becky, because Becky's not going to walk around Natalya. So Natalya, she's like,
I was wrong. I was wrong to doubt you, Tegan Knox. Maybe we can be friends now that you beat the holy hell out of me the other week, made me look like a fool.
I mean, she didn't say all of that, but she does respect Tegan Knox, because Tegan Knox beat the holy hell out of Natalya. So now she thinks that
maybe I can ride your coattails. Someone's going to take me to the promised land.
And we know what? Natalya's ticket to the promised land, it only means one thing. That she has to go to All Elite. Because I know this. The All Elite holds the Hart name in such high regards. That she will have no problem at all becoming the champion in the Elite. Maybe her and Edge can have mixed tags. Okay. Now, next up, we got ourselves a match. It is the match we've been waiting for. Chelsea Green versus Tegan Nox. This is not good. Not good. Tegan Nox, she had one match since she's been back. And it was pretty tough to watch. And now it's against Chelsea Green. Now, Chelsea has the ability of putting together a great match. She can be a great wrestler. But right now, she's going through her comedy phase. And this match was sad. Because, like I say, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Chelsea Green loses, of course. Piper Niven's at Chelsea Green's side. She does nothing, really. She just stands around there. Doesn't help at all. So we got our point here where they fight outside the ring there. Chelsea Green gets swanton outside. She gets just labeled out there by Tegan Nox. Now, Tegan Nox throws in Chelsea. She climbs the top rope to do a finishing move. That's when, I guess, the finishing sequence, you can say, starts. Piper Niven climbs up to the rope, climbs up the steel steps, and distracts everybody. What's that? Chelsea Green tries to capitalize, but she gets kicked back down. She gets kicked down for her efforts. And that's when, I guess, Natalya joins ringside. Mm-hmm. And, Tegan Nox. Now, Tegan Nox is doing a move. It's very complicated to do. It's the Molly go round. It's the 300. It's a front bump. It's a front somersault. Sit down senton. Now this can go devastatingly wrong, but she managed to do it. It looked tough, but she did it. She did the Molly go round on Chelsea. Chelsea takes a fall. Chelsea, new brunette now, looking really good. And then after that, the shiniest of wizards, the shiny wizard, on, Chelsea Green loses, and going into the ring there and congratulating.
Oh, you did such a good job. I'm Natalya Bret Hart. Here we go. Hiya.
She's like, oh yeah, wow. She's so ready to hitch her wagon on the Tegan Nox, trained. So sad for Natalya. Anyways, moving on. We go backstage with Byron Saxton, talk to Jey Uso. Now the question is, where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? And that's apparently according to Where's Your Head At with, Cody Rhodes. He said, you know what? At one time, we used to be mortal enemies. We used to be enemies. Now, we're good. Me and Cody, we're good. I'm good to go. Good to go. So, yeah. Regardless of their history, Cody Rhodes proven that, yes, he's there to back you. He's got your back. So now we go into the ring there. It's with Drew McIntyre. He's, let me just say this. He says, "So, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?" That's hilarious. He got some boos there because that's Cody Rhodes. So, what do you want to talk about? I'm Cody Rhodes. So he took that. That's hilarious. I thought it was great. Anyways, he says, there's a lot of explaining he has to do for his actions or his inactions. And basically he says he's got nothing to explain himself to the people that he works with, but he's got all explaining the world to do for the people who's watching, the fans. And he says that, it's like, you know what, basically, it's no more playing the hero. Every time I play the hero, I'm usually going to my matches not 100%. So it's time to take over. Drew, look after Drew and nothing else. And then that's when Miz comes in there. I come to play. And Miz wants to play. Even though Miz didn't have to be there. Miz talked about, I gave you airtime to talk about whatever you wanted. I was on your side. And everybody's calling me to shut up. It's like, yeah, you know what? Drew McIntyre doesn't need your time to explain anything. Drew McIntyre can explain whatever he wants anytime he wants. He just goes to the ring like anybody, when it comes down to it, these talk shows are supposed to help people who are really have a tough time cutting promos on their own. That's what I think. Anyways, he starts getting into Drew McIntyre's face, and here's a funny thing. It's like the fight. Then let's go. Then let's go right now. I challenge you. It's like, you shut up. Everybody said him to shut up. And the match was made official. But Miz was saying that, I'm not dressed for it. I'm in a suit. You're in a skirt. Da-da-da-da. It's like, yeah, well, you know, he may be in a skirt, but that's what Drew McIntyre wears to the ring. That's his to the ring gear. You know, he just pops off that skirt, and voila, he's in his wrestling trunks. You know? Now, here's the thing, Miz, now because, you know, a lot of wrestlers fight with their street clothes on. And this is just business, gear. Business wrestling gear. Business-style wrestling gear. Mm-hmm. So I guess this is what like Right to Censor would wear to the ring in their wrestling matches. Maybe a little more updated. So the match starts. Miz in his... I knew something was going to happen. Because Miz's shoes, they weren't regular dress shoes. They were wrestling boots. Different style of wrestling boots, but they were wrestling boots. Miz was ready to wrestle coming into the ring there. You know, it's like, well, yeah, something's happening here. There's nothing right with his feet at all. So something fishy in it. Of course, it happened. Miz versus Drew McIntyre. And what was it about? Was it about the wrestling match? No, this was about the story of what's going through Drew McIntyre's mind. Now, in the match, Drew McIntyre was just throwing around for Miz a bit. Miz, however, takes some time. And he gets the referee looking the other way. And he attempts to pull off the ring, the old, the padding that covers the corner. The corner ring. Little brass ring, now completely exposed. But however, the match goes on. He did not take the thing off. The referee caught him in time. And the match carries on a little bit more. Drew McIntyre sets up for a Claymore. He's going to 3, 2, 1 to countdown to Claymore City. And then he decides to take out his sword, Karen. Mm-hmm. Although he calls it Angela, but it's really a Karen. He pulls out Karen from the sheath. And then the ref's like, no. So I guess Drew McIntyre gives up his sword to the referee. Referee takes his time to make sure the sword is given to the right person. There's proper swords person that needs to take care of these things instead of like putting back in the sheath. Anyways, that gives Drew enough time to rip off the turnbuckle pad himself, and then introduce Mrs. Face into the turnbuckle ring. Little brass ring. Smash his head in there, and then with the future shock DDT. That's right, the future shock. DDT, and they're saying that, oh yes, you know, I cannot believe Drew McIntyre took the cheap way to win. But you know what? It's all right. Because apparently, all you got to do is apologize, and you are forgiven. And that's what Drew McIntyre did. I apologize, and you forgive me. Sure. I mean, you just did that to The Miz, so really, it's easy to forgive. Easy to forgive. Now, after that, we go backstage with Jackie Redmond and Trick Williams. And basically, he's got this NXT. Who is Trick Williams introduces himself to the bigger, wider variety of the Raw crowd. And he talked about his rematch against Dominic Mysterio. That's going to happen very soon. And it is, of course, joining the interview. It's the Judgment Day. That's right, again. Dutch may come in there. And, it's not just Dominic Mysterio, but Rhea Ripley and JD McDonough. I guess unofficial, official Judgment Day. And it's all about, they're all going to be at NXT. Make sure that Dominic Mysterio will win his match. How about that? So yeah, will Dominic Mysterio win with help? And I'm thinking, probably not. Probably not. Most likely not. Anyways, after that, we got ourselves a special thing. Jackie Redmond goes outside the ring there. I think this truly is only one thing. It's a segment stretching. It's a show stretching thing. They didn't need to have this at all. But of course, it's their man.
I need to have this live. The people need to love me. I mean, see me. Talk about my match and my opinion on Jey Uso.
I got a rumbling in my bowels, and I think I'm gonna blow. There's a bathroom stall, I'm finally here.
Okay, we already heard that today. But Cody Rhodes, he talks about, him and, Jey Uso. Now, were you backed into this fight? Were you backed into this?
I'm Cody Rhodes. I don't bet backed into anything.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. Will they be the next tag team champion? I certainly hope not. That's be a devastating blow to the tag team division in the WWE. And moving on. It's the main event match. It's for the Intercontinental Championship title. Gunther versus Tomasso Ciampa. Just one-on-one, nobody out there. This match was the match of the night. This match was great. This match was about 21 and a half minutes long. This was a lot of back and forth. Now, this is why Gunther is one of the greatest out there. Is Gunther can make anybody look like a champion, and Tomasso Ciampa looked great. A lot of back and forth. Very, very, this is a very grinding match. Very hard-hitting. This was fantastic, I gotta say. I was super impressed through and through. Got you on your seat the whole way through, thinking that Ciampa's doing some fantastic moves. Gunther, he's a fantastic wrestler, turns things around. This was a lot of back and forth, some natural back and forth. Tomasso Ciampa has a Sicilian stretch he's been working on. He gets Gunther in that stretch early on, but Gunther gets out of that. It's pretty good. They fight outside for a bit. They can fight, Tomasso Ciampa hits a massive flying knee outside the ring there. It is some good stuff. Now, in the match here, Gunther did go for a giant karate chop, but misses and crushes the ring apron thing. On the commentating table, they got the apron thing there. He cracks that in half. So he's going through the match with a hurt hand. Oh, my hand! So yeah, he had to fight that. Tomasso Ciampa had many chances of getting the victory, but Gunther powers through. He gets a nice rear naked choke suplex, like a dragon suplex. Very nice throw. But however, Tomasso Ciampa, he gets the Sicilian stretch on again for a little while there. Gunther tries to roll through it, but doesn't get it. Eventually he does. Gunther, gets to the ropes and breaks the hold eventually. But it was an intense moment there. Intense indeed. But right after that, it was pretty much over for Tomasso Ciampa. Gunther sneaks out of that move, gets up, power bombs the holy hell out of Tomasso Ciampa. Not once, but twice. And after that, it was good night. Throws on the rear naked choke, the sleeper, and Tomasso Ciampa just beep, 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 beep. He was over. Tomasso Ciampa loses this big match. So Gunther had so many things. Gunther, this is his ninth title defense this year. So he's almost going once a month. So already he's got 13 title defenses in his 179 day or 479 day. That's like half of what Roman Reigns has done, and Roman done it in over 1,000. It just doesn't matter. Complain about Roman Reigns, so I don't have to. Anyways, that does wrap it up for this episode of Monday Night Raw. And for our podcast listeners, stay tuned for some NXT right after this short break. But as for our YouTube audience, that's it for today. I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, saying thank you for joining us on The Wrestling Show. See you next time, another episode.